Looks like we're live and right on time. All right, let me just bring up the YouTube monitoring page, which doesn't like to show up until I've actually started streaming. And all right, looks like I forgot to tell it that it's not made for kids, but I'm pretty sure I did that. Oh well. Hopefully people will be able to chat now. Let me just get back to StreamYard and to the comments tab. Go. Whoops. Didn't mean to knock into the camera. So we are on move 10 and 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. And we'll be keeping with this move for probably about the next 15 moves. So let's bring that back up. Center this a bit better. Looks like it's in focus. Alrighty, so 1 and 3 and 1. There we go. That's 1. And that is 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top and the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. Now, I shifted to tonight as opposed to tomorrow night when would be my normal streaming time to not conflict with Ian. But it looks like he's doing a Rule of Law video tonight, so I guess I'm going to conflict with him one way or the other. But I will do my constable work tomorrow night. I hope everybody can hear me with the fan on. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and then bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'm not feeling any snagging on my fingernails, so that's a good sign. 1 from the bottom, and top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that 1 on through. Alrighty. And we are moving on to move 11. So we got 1 person watching on Rumble and nobody watching on YouTube. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. There's 1 and 3. And 1 from the top, and from the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom 1, top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1, 3, and 1. Shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hey Jennifer, nice to see you on. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. There we go. Proof I'm not just making it up. Doing much better than last night. Headache is mostly gone. All right, and 1 from the bottom, and then the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And moving on to move 12, which is the same as it was before. Yep, I'm very happy about that. And 1 and 3 and 1. There's the 1. And the 3. Can you hear me okay over the fan? I'm not sure how loud it is coming through on the microphone. 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom, 1, and top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1 and 3 and 1. There's the 1. And the 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. One needs to be rolled out a bit more. There we go. Hey Bane, good to see you on. Welcome to the stream. Doing a bit better than normal. Had a really bad headache last night. I'm doing much better tonight. It's good to see you on stream again. All right, so bottom 1 and top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. In case I didn't say it, thank you, Jennifer, for the mic check. Alrighty. So, we are moving on to move 13. Hopefully it won't be an unlucky move for me. And 1 and 3 and 1, and 1 and 3 and 1. But before I do that, it is time for a coma slide. Hope you've been doing okay, Bane. Okay. Oh, I'm going to take up real. And 1 and 3 and 1. There's 1. And 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I am just a little bit tired with the headache. I wasn't able to get to sleep till about 2 a.m. last night. I had to get up at 5 to go to work. 1 and 3 and 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And one from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on to move 14. Well, it's good to hear that you were doing okay. There we go. I did have one get caught between the comma for a second there. There we go. And one from the top and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And one from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1, 3, and 1. Interesting thing on constables here in Pennsylvania. We had our election cycle in 2021. So 2022 was the first training year for the new constables, and they only had 2 basic training classes with like 40 people in each class. And there's usually like 500 or 600 new constables elected every election cycle, maybe a bit less. But so they were having more classes this year for basic training, but they just canceled a whole bunch of them for not having enough attendees. And considering the attendees have to pay about $2,500 for the training now, and they didn't used to, it's weird that they would close them. That one got caught between the comma. Let's pull that free so we can get even tension on it. That's good to hear that it's finally warming up where you are. We're on to move 15. I noticed where Larry Korea is in Utah, they have a ridiculously high snowpack, and it's warming up where they are, where he is too. So there's going to be a lot of flooding, it looks like. His firearm range at Yard Moose Mountain apparently looks like a lake at this point. And one from the top, and then the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And one from the bottom, and top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And one from the left, 3 from the left. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1 from the top, and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That one needs a bit more layout on it. And pass that one on through. And 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. And moving on to move 16. Do a quick check, see if anybody's chatting on the Rumble side. Not that it looks to be. There's 3 people watching there now. 2 people on YouTube, so we got about 5 people. That's not too bad for an evening. Okay. Wasn't quite that warm here. I think it was something on the order of the mid 70s. Okay. Have a nice time at the range. If it's a club meeting, though, that may not necessarily be the case. So again, 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. And 1 from the top, and the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. That needs to drop a fair amount. 1. And the 3. And 1 from the top, and the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I've got a SCA household meeting this Saturday. It's going to take some time the day for that. And Friday and Sunday, I should be able to spend a fair amount of time in the shop and do at least a stream or 2. Okay, well, it's nice to hear that it's not a horribly contentious club. I've been a part of some of those. We are moving on to move 17. 1 and 3 and 1, 1 and 3 and 1. There's the 1 and the 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 and 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I lost count somewhere. There we go. That looks right. Yeah. Regulation compliance is always metaphorically fun, kind of like the Spanish Inquisition was fun. And we are moving on to move 18. And this is where I get to use my counting check, because it should be at the last full pin gap on a coma block when I'm done with this move, and it looks like it will be. That way I can check every 9 moves to make sure that I'm still on track and I haven't lost count in the number of moves somewhere. 1 from the top, and 2 from the bottom, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I might actually hit one of the leaders tonight. We'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, if Ian was going to be on tonight, I would have been discussing some of the Pennsylvania firearms laws and regulations. But he's covering the ORC license tonight. 1 from the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And my data integrity check seems to be working the way it's supposed to. Ready to do a quick check here, see if anybody's chatting on Rumble. Not that I can tell. And yeah, I've had jobs like that where it needs to be done, and so I do it to make sure it gets done correctly. It's kind of how I got to be a constable. I did vote for myself, but once I got the job, it's like I should really do a good job of it to make sure things are done correctly and safely. And we are on move 19, which is still 1 and 3 and 1. There's 1. Hey, it says we got 3 people watching on YouTube. That's doing really good for us. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. There's the 1 and the 3. And if you get a chance and you enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and share the stream on whichever stream you're on. If you're on Rumble, hit the thumbs up or the plus. Yeah, thumbs up now. So 1 from the top and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I find it interesting that I've got about as many people watching on the Rumble side as they do on the YouTube, when I have about 560 subscribers on YouTube and only about 10 on Rumble. Got to fight the algorithm. And moving on to move 20. Still no sign of the crossguard starting, but it should be fairly soon. So there's the 1. And the 3. And 1 from the top and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom and the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 3, and 1 on the left. .3D printer is progressing along fairly well. I printed a double-size enhanced delta calibration model, and I'll get that measured in sometime tonight, at which point I will hopefully have a fairly accurate dimensionally printer. Another occupation that's known for missing fingers is one I'm in, which is machinist. I am very pleased that after more than 20 years working in machine shops, I still have all of my fingers. And all of my fingers. And we are moving on to move 21. Still no sign of the crossguard. I was operating a punch press, and it required 2 buttons pressed simultaneously as a safety feature. And so what I would do is I would press both buttons, wait till it cycled, take my hands off of both of the controllers, reach forward with one, pull the part out, and grab a new part, put it in, and press the buttons again. And one time I pressed both buttons, and it cycled. Took my hands off, reached forward with one to grab the part out, and before I could get there, it cycled again on its own. I missed my finger by about 3 inches, and I never used that punch press again. I was not willing to risk a finger, and I wasn't going to trust any repairs they made on it. They did wind up selling it for scrap like a couple months later, and they didn't require anybody else to use it, so I'm very happy that they took safety as a serious enough consideration that they didn't try and make anybody else run it. But yeah, if I'd been a little bit faster, I might have lost part of my finger that day. And that was just pure dumb luck. And one from the top and the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, I hate wearing ties. Mainly because I have a freakishly large neck for my torso size. So if I get a shirt that fits me normally and I button the collar up all the way, it feels like I'm being strangled. If I get a shirt that the collar doesn't feel like it's strangling me, I'm wearing a circus tent. So, alrighty, we are moving on to move 22. Still no sign of the crossguard. And 1 and 3 and 1 on both. But before I do that, it's time for a coma slide. let's do a bit on the take-up reel. I'm getting enough loops around the reel down here that it's less move on the take-up reel to pull the same amount of braid over the top. Fun genetics. Okay, so 1 and 3 and 1. There's 1. There is 3. There we go. And 1 from the top and bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yes, definitely. I do like an enclosed machine. But then again, I also recently got a job where I am working at a plastic shop where we have open routers that are not enclosed. And it is possible to just like walk into the machine if you really feel so inclined. But I do my best to not get too close to them when they are running. And 1, 3, and 1 on the left. We also have Haas milling machines, and they are completely enclosed. And they have sensors on the door so that they won't run if the door is open. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we are moving on to move 23. And yes, finally we can see the start of the crossguard. So here we go. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. We can see 1, 3, and 5 down here for move 27. And there is the start. Oops, sorry. Didn't have the mouse showing. There is the start of the crossguard there. So we are on move 23. Alrighty. So 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. Ouch. Sorry to hear about that, Jennifer. That is not fun. I know several people have had that. Even if it doesn't hurt that much, the loss of mobility is frustrating. And 1 from the top and the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom and the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1, 3, and 1. This one doesn't want to untangle itself. Let's see if I can assist it along. There we go. And 1 from the top and the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom and top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we are on to move 24. Quickly check the rumble side here. Two people watching. Nobody seems to be chatting. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, we're ready. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. And that's got to be shared real quick. And 1 from the top and the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. There's the 1. And the 3. And 1 from the top and the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Have a good evening, Bane. You have a nice time at the range, and we'll see you around the next time you're on. Yep, hoping that for you too. And it's time for move 25. So we can see the cross guards getting closer, but we're still 1 and 3 and 1, and 1 and 3 and 1. There we go. And 1. And 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, and 3. And 1 from the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And moving on to move 26. We can see 1 and 3 and 1, and 1 and 3 and 1, but the next move will be different. Check something real quick. second here. Okay. Oh, hey, Kathleen. Nice to see you on. Welcome, welcome. Yep, he was heading to the range. Just missed him by about a couple of minutes. And for those of you who know Rob from Law and Lumber, just figured I would share this real quick. That is the tracking number for the Osaka, coming from Osaka, Japan. There we go. And that is still in Japan on the 12th, so I'll probably get it sometime next week. Yeah, I got to hit the range myself. I'm firearms recertification is in 2 weeks, or a week and a half for me now. Or no, 2.5 weeks. It's the last Saturday in April. Alrighty. So, 26. Okay, yep. I'm where I should be for the move. 1 and 3 and 1. Still got to build a warping frame to use so I can go much faster for setup next time. But I can do that with some like 1x4s. And 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 3, and 1 on the left. One. And 3. So 1 from the top and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And 1 from the bottom and top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And we are ready for the next move, which is the start of the cross guard. So move to 27, 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, and 1, 3 and 5, and 1 on the left. Yep, safety is definitely a high priority with firearms. You want to be able to make sure that they are safe to operate. Failure modes are usually not very fun. 1 from the top and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And passing through here. Gonna mute for a minute. Okay, I'm back live again. One from the bottom and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I might do a short Maradai stream tomorrow. And so 1, 3, and 5 on the left. So there's 1, 3, 4, and 5. And 1 from the top. And the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, that sounds like definitely a concerning problem. Though not quite as dangerous as if you get to 4 rounds and then it won't stop firing until it runs out of ammo. I had a firearm that did that once. Stopped using it immediately. Actually, it only went like you pull the trigger and it would do 2 or 3 rounds, and then 1, and then like 3, and then 1, and then 2. But yeah, as soon as we realized that, we went ahead and got it repaired immediately because it was not working as intended. This is like about 40 years ago, I think. Well beyond any statute. And the firearm no longer exists, probably. Alrighty, so we are moving to 28. There we go. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, and 1, 3, and 5 on the left, and sheds 1 and 3 are reversed. There's 1 and 3. Hey, we got 4 people on YouTube. That's pretty good for me. At least in the warm weather it is. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Well, welcome to whoever else is on the stream. If you feel like chatting, feel free to do so. If you don't, that's fine too. All right, so 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yep. And 1, 3, and 5 on the left. There's 1 and 3. There we go. 4 and 5. Yep. And 1 from the top, 2 from the bottom, 3 from the top, 4 from the bottom, and 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. Yep. And 1 from the bottom, 2 from the top, 3 from the bottom, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. And we can see the cross guard starting to form on the braid now. Never shot a PPK, but I would like to sometime. All right. We are moving on to move 29. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. 1, 5 and 7 on the left. And sheds 1, 2, and 3 are reversed. Check the rumble rants real quick. Nope, no rumble rants. 2 people watching over there. Alrighty. Our 4th concurrent viewer is bouncing back and forth on there. Alright, so let me get back to StreamYard. YouTube says I have an excellent connection, which is nice. So 1 and 3 and 1 on the left, or on the right, not the left, because we'll start with the right. And 1 from the top and bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 5, or 1, 5, and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 7. And shed 1, 2, and 3 reverse. So 1, 2, and 3 from the top. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. And 1, 2, and 3 from the bottom. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. And moving on to move 30. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, and on the left, 1, 3, and 7. Sheds 1 and 3 are reversed. There we go. 1 and 3. There we go for that. Got that tom a bit lower. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and the top is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 3, and 7 on the left. So there's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1 and 3 are reversed for the shed, so 1 from the top, 2 from the bottom, 3 from the top. Bottom is 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, 2 from the top, 3 from the bottom, from the top 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The whole thing. 8. Ow. I hate doing that. Just whack my fingertips with the tama. My grab was inadequate. Alrighty, it is time for another coma slide. Yeah, a little bit on the take-up reel. There we go. And we are on to move 31. Just 1 on the right, and shed 1 reversed. 1, 3, 5, and 7 on the left, and shed 1 is reversed. So 1 on the right, and shed 1 is reversed. So 1 from the top, and then bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and the top is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1, 3, 5, and 7. So there's 1. And 3. And 5. And 7. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we are ready for the next move, which will be 32. 1 and 3 exchange on the right, with sheds 1 and 2 reversed, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left, and it's going to stay 1 and 3 and 1 on the left till we get to the end of the sword. So 1 and 3. And sheds 1 and 2 are reversed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2 from the bottom, and the top 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I am probably going to end fairly soon because I'm starting to drift off. So 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. There's 1 and 3. And 1 from the top, and the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And one from the bottom, and top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we are on to move 33, which is 1 and 3 on the right with shed 1 reversed, and 1 and 3 and shed 1 reversed on the left. There's 1. Wrap it around. Let's drop that just a little bit. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top. And bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1 and 3 and 1. There's 1, 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And from the bottom 1, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass down through to the other side. And next move is 34. 1 and 3 on the right with sheds 1 and 3 reversed, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. So 1 and 3. And sheds 1 and 3 reverse, so 1 from the top, 2 from the bottom, 3 from the top, 4 from the bottom, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, 2 from the top, 3 from the bottom, the top 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the left, 1, 3, and 1. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. And 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. There we go. And I think I'm ready to stop for the night. Sorry for not going on longer. Next move that we start up with will be move 35. We are well into the start of the crossguard on the other side of the blade from where we started. And welcome back, Kathleen. I am sorry to say, but I'm going to go ahead and stop for the night here. I'm getting tired enough. I'm having a hard time focusing, and I did not get a lot of sleep last night because of the headache I had. So, does anybody need anything else before I go? Let me check the Rumble Rat side. Alrighty. If you guys want, I could leave Rumble up for a little bit and show you my duty pistol, but if not, that's fine too. I appreciate you on here, Kathleen. It makes my channel much more active and helps me grow and expand and hopefully eventually get monetized where I can stop hemorrhaging money doing this. I just upgraded to the high resolution version of StreamYard, which is like $40 a month. Alrighty. I'll leave the Rumble side up for just a minute if anybody wants to see the my duty carry. Feel free to leave a Rumble rant that you would like that, and then if I don't see that in a minute, I'll go ahead and end that side too. Alrighty. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, Kathleen and Jennifer. Thank you very much. And if Bane comes back to catch the rest of this, good night to Bane too. Hope you had a good time at the range. Alrighty. Let's remove YouTube. There we go. Okay. Do not delete on